In the throwaway mystery at the start of the book, Frank and Joe are dressed as pirates at a theme park in order to save the vice president's daughter from kidnappers. Is it just me, or does it sound like they used a game of Mad Libs to come up with that mystery? They're pirates at a theme park to stop kidnappers with the vice president's daughter.
Argo Font Book Review, Argo Font Book Review.
Today's mission is to stop sabotage at an extreme sports competition. It's just like the first Undercover Brothers book, except everyone is riding skateboards, not motorcycles. Joe is posing as a contestant, Frank is his manager. Nigel gave the assignment to the Hardy Boys in person in the previous book. He gives it to them in person a second time at the start of this book. Then he gives it to them a third time with a mission disc. 3 times! How many times do the Hardys need to be told what the mission is? The series has been a little inconsistent about mission discs. Sometimes they're DVDs, sometimes they're game cartridges. This book tries to explain the inconsistency by saying there are game cartridges which are so high-tech they double as DVDs. This comes with a picture of Frank shoving the cartridge into a closed DVD player. DVD players don't work like that. Our suspects are the 5 contestants. Dex loves all kind of danger. Pinkshade is overconfident. Mr. Moto is Pinkshade's cautious trainer. The Wraith wears all white makeup, so he looks like a ghost. Courage is an angry older dude. Pinkshade starts writing when Frank notices there's a wall blocking the ramp. How did no one else notice that? Frank and Joe knock down the wall. Pinkshade easily jumps over it. On the next page, she crashed into bales of hay which weren't there before. Weird. The contestants argue. The Hardys see Wraith holding Courage's board. Wraith claims he found it on the ground. Courage punches him out and accuses him of trying to sabotage it. Pretend for a moment that you're Courage. You think your biggest rival sabotaged your skateboard in an attempt to kill you. Do you check your skateboard or not? Courage decides not to check his skateboard. He falls victim to the sabotaging culprit. The skateboard comes apart during his run. Courage almost dies. But Joe saves his life by throwing him a replacement skateboard. Courage then punches out Wraith a second time. Dex does a trick on a staircase. Frank sees the culprit on a rooftop with a rifle. Frank turns off the power to stop the shooting. It's a good idea, but it wouldn't work in this case, because the book takes place outside during the daytime, so turning off the lights wouldn't cause the entire area to go pitch black. Frank notes Pinkshade has no alibi for the shooting. I don't know why he zeroes in on her specifically. All of the suspects have no alibi. They rush to Pinkshade's trailer to learn she's been locked inside. Mr. Moto locked the door. And that shouldn't be a problem because all the trailers have giant windows that are visible. She could easily escape through one of those. The Hardys break down the door and Pinkshade hugs Wraith. Since they're dating, that takes them off the suspect list. Wait, they're not suspects because they're dating each other? How does that work? They discover Mr. Moto has been attacked and left for dead. There is a gruesome picture of his bloody body. Frank and Joe check the others. They see Wraith and Courage fighting again. That is, they're trying to smash each other's heads in. That takes them off of the suspect list. Wait, why does it take them off the suspect list? They were just trying to kill each other. If anything, that should put them at the top of the suspect list. Frank and Joe realize the culprit must be Dex, because there's no explanation. They both say, it is Dex! And that's how they solve the mystery. Dex is the culprit. Mr. Moto was working with Dex. They faked the shooting. We have a weird ending. The Hardys break into Dex's trailer, where they find a trapdoor leading to a giant underground cave. As in, the cave is over 30 feet tall. They skateboard around the cave until they see Dex holding Pinkshade at gunpoint. I have a lot of questions. What is this cave? How did Dex find it? Why is he hiding down here? Why did he take Pinkshade as a hostage? There's no explanation, because on the very next page, Everyone's outside. Police officers arrest Dex while Joe starts his next stunt. What happened to the hostage situation in the underground cave? We don't know. We never get told what happened. The book just skips ahead to when the hostage situation is over. Dex laughs because he replaced Joe's board with a bomb. Frank saves Joe by going on the ramp in the opposite direction and having Joe jump onto his board. The crowd loves seeing Joe survive an explosion, but Joe gets eliminated from the competition because he rode with Frank. It's a solo competition, not a team competition, you cheater. Wow, those are some strict judges. The end. Post-book follow-up. The ending feels like it's missing a few pages of explanation. To make things worse, there is no Chapter 9. The book goes from Chapter 8 on page 76 to Chapter 10 on page 86. I really hope my copy of the book was missing a page, because otherwise, it makes no sense. You can't just skip over a hostage situation and assume readers won't notice it. Either way, the ending is rushed, which looks bad because the opening's a little slow. Maybe you don't need to spend 12 pages on a throwaway mystery at the start? Save some of the space for solving the actual mystery. As usual for the graphic novels, all the Hardys do is bounce around from action scene to action scene. The only time they attempt to develop the plot is when Wraith finds Courage's skateboard. That was a heavy-handed attempt to make Wraith look guilty, because they explain it twice. That's 2 more explanations than we got for the hostage situation. The book contains 2 complaints that skateboarding has been ruined. It used to be about the sport, now it's all about names and costumes and putting on a show. Sounds like the author's unhappy about this. I feel like I should mention Angela, who runs the competition. She shows up a lot. Her main purpose is to give male readers a hot girl to stare at. Overall, there's not much to this book. It's people fighting constantly, and every suspect gets a near-death scene. The ending is a disappointment that makes 2 big skips without any explanation. I give Hardy Boys Undercover Brothers graphic novel number 8, Bored to Death, a 2 out of 10.